Hello everybody and welcome to Arcade Corner. In today's video we will be taking a look at a new game I just picked up last week. Here's a couple clues for you. It is made by Stern. It is from the early 2000s and it's based on a TV show. Do you have something in mind? We'll take a look at it in a minute here, but first, as always, let's coin up. We will roll the intro video and then we'll go check out the new game. Okay, here it is everybody. Ta-da! The Simpsons Kooky Carnival by Stern. Kooky Carnival is a redemption game, so it dispenses tickets. It was made by Stern in 2006, and I believe the Simpsons Pinball Party pinball machine came out in 2003. So you'll see some similarities in this that they carried over from the pinball machine. It's basically a pinball machine without flippers, and instead of balls you have quarters. So there's different targets to aim for and you get different ticket values for the different targets. So there is some skill involved as well. So let's take a closer look at it, shall we? Inside the front door you'll find the same controls you would find in a pinball machine. And when I open the front door here, it's going to disable the high power. You'll get that a little alert, and you'll see the menu controls are right here, as well as the coin meter and the ticket meter, and the volume up and down controls. But it's got the same menu system as a Stern pinball machine of this era. Here's the ticket dispenser, and here's the ticket trough. You take your tickets and you put them in the trough. This will easily hold a couple thousand tickets. There's a switch at the bottom here that will let the machine know when the ticket supply is getting low. You take the ticket and you feed it in to the dispenser. There's a button on the side here on the PCB, so you can manually feed tickets in, and then you can press the button so you get a full ticket dispensed out of the slot. And then you're good to go and you can close the machine. Now I do have the attract mode turned off right now, so that's why you're not hearing any audio. But when I put the first quarter in, the music will start up and the game will activate, and then that does stay on for a few minutes while you're playing. If there is no quarter through the switch after a few minutes, then the sound will turn off. So here we go.
Worthy of my biting sarcasm.
And now the music has started, and you heard a comic book guy there because I kind of failed. Only got one ticket. Your objective is to spell win, so you want to get the left target, which is Homer's donut, and then the middle target, get the quarter past Bart, and then on the right, getting it up the Nelson ramp into the dunk tank to dunk the comic book guy. And you spell win, and then you get the ticket bonus or ticket jackpot. And you have to do that without missing. So it is pretty challenging. And then there's other awards as well, like the far left and the far right holes. And those amounts are always flashing, so whatever it is on when you get it into the target, that's what you win. So I got 6 tickets there. Let's see if I can spell win.
You got the W.
So now I have the W lit. There.
Be as successful in a perilous.
Now I have the N.
You
Now-
got the end.
If I can get the I, get it past Bart, then I will get the bonus.
Nice going, man.
And I missed. I got the mystery, which is 2 tickets. I did hit a target, so the W and the N are still lit. If I fail and miss completely, then they won't be lit anymore. This is kind of hard to do with the camera in front of me, but we'll see if I can do it. And I did it.
Yes, 5 fingers are too many for you to handle.
So that's the jackpot,
Whoa! No!
Way to go, dude.
and you're awarded with a light show and
You are a sight to behold.
Oh, everything
audio
goes
clips of the
backwards.
characters.
Can this day get any worse?
You're a natural.
Trust me, you'll get used to failure. Oh, baby.
Nice going, man. You can do better. You're on easy street. Chill out. It's just a game. You're my new hero.
Donuts. Is there nothing they can't do?
And then the shaking you heard and saw was the shaker motor inside that actually shakes to get rid of any quarters that have fallen flat on the playfield and shakes them down into the targets so they're not just laying in the way on the playfield. And it's the same shaker motor that you would find in a Stern pinball machine. Now let's just play some quarters through.
Oh, everything's all backwards.
Way to go, dude.
Your 5 fingers are too many for you to handle.
Eureka!
Now when you run out of tickets and you need to refill it, it will remember where you were at on dispensing tickets when it ran out of tickets. So when you put more in, it will dispense. So, you know, in an arcade situation, but here for the home situation, we can just hit cancel. There's a cancel ticket cleared button on the controls here, and then it just stopped dispensing where it was at if I didn't want to keep, you know, going through the tickets. And we're just going to adjust it and then close it back up. I do like the artwork on the side. I'm a big fan. I also like the holes on the cabinet with the little windows. I think that gives it some character. I am a big fan of the license. As you can see from the decorations in my game room, I am a Simpsons fan. I never really watched Family Guy or South Park or any of those other animated shows, but I am a big fan of The Simpsons. I've been watching it for many, many years. Obviously it's been on a long time. I think this machine will go nicely in my collection. Now I bought this game from a local operator who had recently switched over to card readers on their games, so they didn't have a use for a coin roll down game anymore. And they did have this on location at a local roller rink, and it was there for its whole life, or it was in storage. So it really has low plays on it. I think the play field is in pretty good shape. There is a little bit of wear on the sides of the cabinet on the artwork, but other than that, I think it's in very good cosmetic shape. Now I'll show you how it opens up. You open the front door, There are latches inside, just like the lockdown bar of a pinball machine. Now that freed up the top of the control panel here. Now we can just lift this off. And now we can remove the glass. And now we can unlock the playfield. There's 2 more latches. And now the playfield lifts up just like a pinball machine playfield would if you have to do any service underneath. When I was first looking at this machine, I thought, wow, these toys on here really do look like the Playmates action figure toys that I have in my collection. And sure enough, I was right. If you compare the Itchy and Scratchy here, they are identical. The painting is a little different, but I think that's just from the fade in the arcade machine from the heat. So I think I'm going to try and see if any of these other toys I have, like I have this Nelson here, if I can find a way to fasten them to the playfield, because I think the Nelson would go nicely right over here by the Nelson ramp, and then Maggie would fit over here. I don't want to put a really tall one up here in the front because there isn't a lot of clearance from the playfield to the glass, so I'm not sure if Marge would even fit here. Of course, I don't want to go nuts and put too many on and make it just look cluttered. So maybe just 1 or 2. I have to find a reliable way to fasten them to the playfield because the machine does shake and I don't want them falling off, obviously. Marge would fit back here, but she is very tall and so the figure does weigh a lot, so I'm thinking with the shaking she might just fall over. But it would be nice to have all of the Simpsons family on the playfield, although I do not have a Lisa figure. So that will be a project for down the road. Once I figure out how I can safely mount them to the playfield, I will shoot a short video on that as well. Yes, these are the older incandescent bulbs on the playfield, and I can upgrade them to LEDs. Also, there is a color DMD available from colordmd.com, like they do for pinball machines. They make one for Kooky Carnival as well, and I do plan on getting that. So I think with the color DMD and the LEDs on the playfield, the game is really going to look nice. Now let's take a look in the back of the machine. In the back of the machine you have the logic board and the driver board. So it looks very much like a pinball machine back box back here. So just the 2 boards here on the back door, and then you can see down into the playfield and you can see the back of the DMD and then the speaker, of course. Okay, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this brief look at Simpsons Kooky Carnival. Like I said, in a future video we will be replacing the DMD with a color DMD. And then we will also be replacing the playfield lights with the LED bulbs. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And like we always say, keep some quarters in your pocket, and we'll see you next time.